somewhere last year, I think it was in August, September, I said, you know what? God has been visiting me a lot in visions. I need to go and see Prophet Uebert. So I said, let me plan for this trip. So they were hosting a conference known as Shiloh. So I fly, I go to Zimbabwe. I get there, and then we are going to the mountain. It is a mountain. It's far away from town, not that far. But I get to that place. When you look at it, it looks like it's an ordinary place. But the activities that happens there, they will shock you. So we get there, Shiloh is happening, and everybody is excited. When we were about, in fact, the prophet left, and we were about to leave the mountain, fire appeared in the sky. We are not dreaming. No, you cannot convince more than 1,000 people. Fire, literal fire. He had said it to say things happen here. Fire appears like, poof. You will run. The next day, I remember we were allowed to go to a certain location called the Pillar of Fire. It is a wall that is so long, more like this, and it's painted by white. Most of you will have seen a picture where the prophet was kneeling with Prophet Jerome, and they were holding the Pillar of Fire. So we are going there, and I'm walking. I stopped. I said, guys, do you see what I'm seeing? Me, I'm not going there. They said, what are you seeing? I said, there is lightning on the wall. It's like it's hit on the wall. Environments that have been created. When you begin to hear of testimonies of how men just appeared and rescued people at the very same location at the mountain there, you'll be shocked. I thought the encounters ended there. So in December, I prayed to God to say, you know what, I need to go. And I need to go and encounter. For my birthday, I just need to be there during my birthday month. And then the prophet announced we have a program for pastors. I fly. I go there to Zimbabwe, and then everything is fine. All the things, the prophet was teaching us and, imparting on us. And he said, the last day, which was on a Saturday, we are going to the mountain. So we go to the mountain, and when we get there, Chief Cardinal is there, and Ricky Dulan is there, and Senior Minister Patrick is there, and other, men of God, they are there. So I'm there, and then they are busy explaining, because when they take you to visits, to sites, they need to explain this happens here and everything like that. I just get there. We get to the first place. Chief Cardinal is explaining, no, there was a man who appeared here, and this happened. And I'm teaching you about environments. That environment is just different. He has created an environment. So I'm there, and then we go to the first one. I see people falling. In my heart, I said, these people. People can exaggerate. They just fall, but Chief Cardinal is just explaining. We went to the second one. Chief Cardinal said, no, there were two women who were here for prayer, and then the car was stuck, and what happened? Because they even made landmarks there. So I see people falling. I said, this thing. So we were supposed to walk from the second site, going to where there was what we call the Pillar of Fire. Somewhere, there's a road that takes you there. Guys, me, I'm a strong man. I'm a man of the spirit. I'm walking like this. A man, I can't see his face, appeared in front of me wearing white. How I fell to the ground, even today, is still a mystery. All I remember, it is I'm screaming and I'm pointing at the man, and nobody's seeing the man I'm seeing. He touches the same left hand that I was given a sword. My hand froze like this to a point where they tried to shift it. It was not moving. He gave me something here on my hand. I woke up like this. My hand was like this. Everybody's just looking at me like this. We went to another location where they used to do the Shiloh ground, the first Shiloh ground. I get there. I'm standing. I just saw myself going in reverse like this. All I remember is that I'm looking at that location. I see the world opening like this. And I'm beginning to see beyond. In that mountain, there, Fort Moriah, I collapsed. I collapsed on the ground. And I was taken to a certain place that I can't explain. In this place where I was taken, I saw stairs going up. And the one who seated there, I can't see him. But it's just light. And then I could see a scroll coming down. And I was being told, eat the scroll. Again, it's repeating. This is not a coincidence. 2 is the number of witness. A matter can only be concluded in the what? In the presence of 2. That's why number 2 is the number of confirmation. That's why when God wants to get your attention, he repeats the dream. Ping, ping. So, I'm there, and I'm just seeing these things. I see the one who's seated there, and then the scroll comes down. On the other side, I see Prophet Uebert Angel standing, and there are other men of God following. On the other side, I see Pastor Chris standing, and the other men of God standing like that. It took time for me to wake up. And when I woke up like this, Pastor Ricky is coming to me. What did you say? I'm still frightened. How am I falling and others are not falling? I'm telling you about environments. These are real environments. Where a woman went to the mountain there at Fort Moriah. She was HIV positive. Just took the soil and bathed with it. She was now HIV negative. Environments can be created, sir. I said environments can be created. So we go to a lot of places. The last place where we went back to the pillar of fire. I saw a hand coming out like this. And it was feeding. Now I said, hey, me, it's like I have a lot of testimonies. Eh? And others now like, why are we not explaining? I don't know why God was doing that. It is not like something I planned. But the encounters I saw at Fort Moriah, the things that happened there, they are not lawful for this mouth to speak. These are things that I can just explain. You can get there with your problem. When you leave, you will not have your problem. Why? It is an environment that has been created. So you need to learn how to create an environment where you can replicate heaven here on earth. There are men like that. One time, I just forgot the name of that man of God. He's a great general of God. I think he's Eastwood, Reverend Eastwood or something like that. I think he's a son of Bishop Uebert. So they're struggling financially. And you know, Bishop Uebert is a rich man. And he's building one of the biggest churches ever. It's called the Ark. You can go and search it on YouTube. You will see what he's building. So the woman, that's why it is important, my brothers. Marry women of the Spirit. Not women of makeup. No. So the woman realized that we are struggling financially. They were at a location where in that location the bishop usually comes and they are with the bishop. She picked a stone. Picked a stone like this. Put it in the handbag. What did she understand? She's carrying an environment. She gets back to their project, her church project. She takes the stone and just throw it there. She says, whatever happens at Bishop or her depot's ground, it will happen here because of this stone. That's how they started to be financially independent. Why? Spirits now recognize that location as the same location. That's why I tell you, when you go to church, you think you're just going to a normal place. A church, according to the Bible, it is a gateway to heaven. That's why Jacob, when he was sleeping like this, and he saw a ladder, and he saw angels going up and down. Do you know what he said? He said, oh my God, I did not know that this place there is God. This shall be Bethel, the house of God, because there is a gate, which means that church is a gate. You need to learn how to create an environment. A woman in Zimbabwe was HIV positive. She went to the house of the prophet, Prophet Uebert Angel. She went there, picked a stone, took it home. That's how she became HIV negative. Environment. I said environment. You can create an environment. You don't understand this. Stand up on your feet because you don't understand these things. You don't understand these things. I'm saying you can create a what? An environment. There are places where you go where when you live, it is prohibited to live poor. There are places like here where you have come. It is prohibited to live without a distinction. I said it is prohibited. Become a woman of the Spirit. Become a man of the Spirit. Where you create environments everywhere you go. Learn to speak. Learn to say words. Learn to send words. The problem with you're not creating anything. I remember one time, I'm just from prayer. I usually pray. I love praying, at night. I'm not saying people should pray at night. I don't want to make a doctrine out of that. But I'm coming and then after praying, I'm moving like this. I'm going to the room. I'm just going to take my phone so that I need a direction. Because when I'm praying sometimes, I need direction to say, where do I pray facing? Don't copy what I do. I'm crazy. You know me, I'm a crazy man. I'm a drunkard in the spirit. So I'm going there. So my wife tells me to say, when I'm entering like this, she hears a wind like, when she wakes up, she sees that it's just me, I'm walking. You know what she said? She said, you're anointed. She just repeated, you are anointed. You are anointed. You are anointed. Why? We have created environments. You cannot come and sleep in my house and fail to see your future. It's impossible. I have created an environment and I don't want visitors. Because now people are planning, man of God, I want to visit you, No. I don't want visitors. What I'm trying to say, I have created an environment. Create environments for your family. Speak. Surround. Speak words. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Learn to create what? Environments. The problem with you, when we say speak in tongues, oh, okay, it's fine. You must allow yourself to become a man and a woman of the Spirit. Where everywhere you go, you represent Jesus. Your environment tells, it announces that this person carries something. One day my dad tells me a story and said, I was driving and somebody was asking for a lift. Pastors, they just feel sorry, like, let me give a person a lift. Me, I'm not like that. I don't give people lifts. Because you will disturb me. Imagine you give someone a lift and say, the sound is too. Me, I want to drive listening to my music. So he says, this person, while he's driving, he's just looking at it. And then the person asks, are you a man of God? He says, yes. He's like, please drop me there. Why? He had created an environment where demons could not survive. Create an environment where sin cannot survive.